All right, we are live. At least that's what Google says. Hello and welcome to this Microsoft Monday for September 10th, 2018. And this is a live chat. We're talking a few Microsoft update news and some channel updates. So I did not have this scheduled, but I do have some updates to pass across to all you fine chaps out there. So we'll wait for some people to drop in the chat to say hello. And if nobody's out there, bye. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, hello. All right, let me get all my news articles ready to go. All right, looks like we're good here. CJ Drummer. Don't forget to guitar player. Bing, 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 bing. What's up? Dad Simmons, I'm laughing at DT. You're so stoked about Microsoft Monday. I have some breaking news. Microsoft is coming out with a Linux PC starting tomorrow. No, they're not. Hello, Terry. How are you? That's right. You are in the UK. Greetings from the you're from the Ubuntu Kingdom, right? How's my mic? Check, check. Looks like the level meter looks good. The sound's okay. I should have shaved. Yeah. I look pretty anyway. CJ, you play guitar also. Wow. I wish I could play. My dad plays, well, he played keyboards and the accordion. I never learned. He says he would probably run Microsoft Linux. You know I love unstable distros. The shirt is pretty. Yeah, it's one of my new shirts I bought last month or 2 months ago at JCPenney. And the piano, wow. Next time Stephanie does a free concert, I'll have you join in, man. Awesome. Audio is good, thank you. DT, if you would like to join the Hangouts, you are more than welcome to. Let me check the email box here. Terry looks forward to the spate of Microsoft Linux distro reviews, if it ever happens. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be glad to talk about Malware 10. CJ, she is in Germany, or she's touring around the North Sea. Stephanie is. She occasionally posts on Facebook, and when she's not touring and back at home, she's posting on YouTube and stuff like that. All right, DT, I'll send you a link. But yeah, she's normally, when she's not around the Boston area, she is in Germany, of all places. I call it Munchie, Germany. It's really Munich. Yeah, CJ is very, Stephanie is very, very, very talented. An angel voice, as you guys said. What color of screen of death do you think MS Linux will have? How about blue? Light blue. I think this is pretty for a blue screen, right? Just a thought. Alright, CJ, you can join in. Yeah. Let me get the link here. Alright, give me a second here, guys. I'll send some links. And let's see. I believe it's this one for DT. Alright, DT, you're good to go. Who else? We need Seafoam Green. Okay. It's almost like a teal. It's hard to tell in this type of light. Either way, CJ, if you want to join now, you can. If not, next time. She's to how did Stephanie hook up with me? She is a former YouTuber of the month. from 2016, maybe 2015. Back then I was using, I was posting monthly vids. Vote for your YouTuber of the month. It does not necessarily have to be about technology. It could be about cooking or whatever. You guys picked her, and of course I said, who's Stephanie? Once I heard her voice, I'm like, I'm not seeing computers. It's just her, the guitar, and I thought, it sounds real to me. And anyway, that's how you guys and I picked her as a YouTuber of the month, and that's how we hooked up. All right, let's see. I think Ben wanted to join. All right, give me a second. I'll mention this again, but I'm going to try to get a schedule. Thank you for your contributions through PayPal, Patreon. These live streams are possible by your support, so please continue. CJ, send me an email here. Give me a second. Hello, Frostbite. Send me an email there, CJ, and we'll chat. All right. Ben, I think I sent an email to you. All right. For this Microsoft Monday. I actually checked for updates on my Microsoft side of my computer. I was all good to go. Nope. I think there was a update for the Flash or for the anti-malware. Anyway, if I ever restart the YouTuber of the month, you know I should, because that's how we discovered Stephanie. I really should. You nominate. Thank you, Mr. G. Now I need 1,000 more like you, and I'm good to go. But thank you, much appreciated. If I ever restart the YouTube of the month, you nominate Jun's Kitchen. He's Japanese, his wife American. He does cooking while his cats watch. Oh, anybody with cats has to get my vote, right? June's Kitchen? Okay. You know, I suppose I can declare a YouTuber of the month without you guys voting. It's my channel. Just a thought. But I will keep that in mind. June's Kitchen. Cool. Again, Mr. G, thank you. Much appreciated. If I were a rich man. I know. Me too. He just did one of blueberry cheesecake. Oh man. Here we go with food again. Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Good day. If anything, Firefox with no script at uBlock has helped avoiding malware spyware rather than a paid program. I use, what do I use? uBlock Origin? Yeah. Privacy Badger? And maybe something else. But those two for sure, I think. Charlie, yeah. Let me check my emails here. Okay, CJ Drummer. All right, there you go. So hopefully we'll have a few people join in. We'll wait for the my guests to come in, and then I'll have some channel updates, scheduling updates for the channel. Today was a rather disappointing day, long day. I had to, well, I got to ship back my Google Nexus 6P tomorrow after I just got used to it. I'll explain in a second. Terry, should cover some duct tape to hold your ThinkPads until I can afford a decent laptop. Thank you, Terry. I got plenty of duct tape, man. Hi, Ben. Can't hear you. Duct tape, man. Hi, Ben. All right.
Hey,
Now I can hear you. CJ, is that you?
Yeah. Hey, fellow ThinkPadster.
ThinkPads for the win.
Shoot me.
That's right. ThinkPads are for thinking smart people.
Hey, fellow ThinkPadster.
Oh,
All right.
Carl, you're gonna hate me. I'm on a
I got
bill.
a bunch of
All right. I got feedback from someone.
Here, let me get
CJ,
headphones here.
yes, look at CJ. Well, I got 3, so yeah.
I got
Lucky
five.
you.
I got five.
Show off.
Five.
Well, I got 3, so
Yeah, I'm
I got
getting
5.
feedback
Hey.
from someone. Check your mic input. Someone.
Give me a sec here, guys.
well, I got 3, so yeah, I'm getting feedback from someone.
Yeah, he's got. Hold on.
Let me see which one it is here. Wait a minute. It might have been Ben. CJ, say something.
Yo,
Okay. CJ is good. Ben, it was you.
Hold on.
Now it's a little better. Alan Pope has you all beat. According to Terry, Alan Pope has a collection of ThinkPads.
I've got 6 laptops altogether, Toss.
Wow. You have 5 ThinkPads, CJ. I have, no, I got 3.
Models.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan Pope, on one of the Ubuntu podcasts, one of the co-hosts said those ThinkPads he buys are so hard and thick that if a slab of concrete breaks on his house, he could stick it on the wall.
That's I've heard of ThinkPads, Toss, but that's a little extensive.
Anyway, CJ, how long have you messed with ThinkPads?
about 5 or 6 years now.
Okay.
Before that, I mean, I had a Dell Inspiron. I mean, I
Okay.
didn't have. Obviously, I stopped at ThinkPads.
My first one was an 06. I bought it off of eBay or Amazon. I can't remember. It had a Windows XP. I bought it more out of curiosity. And then when I realized how they felt more sturdy and solid, that's when I started buying more, you know. So,
You know what? This is gonna sound weird to you guys, but I still have my HP laptop still has drivers for XP.
okay, do you need XP?
Well, here's the thing, Toss. My Knights of the Old Republic game, it may be on Steam, but ironically, it just doesn't run well. It came out in 2003, and even though it and the second one have been updated to run in 7 or higher, the funny thing is they just don't run well in Linux, even with the Proton Beta, or even with, updated everything.
Okay.
Even my Old Republic MMO game doesn't run very well in newer versions on that laptop.
CJ, have you had good luck with Linux and ThinkPads?
I have not used on my ThinkPad yet. That's
You have
actually
not,
why I'm
okay.
That's why I've been hanging out with you guys for a while now. I'm actually introducing myself to Linux.
Awesome.
Well, one thing you should know, CJ, I am the new maintainer of Spatries MCOL, Manjaro by MM.
Don't
and
tell CJ to
Hackman
try
Linux.
Arch. No way. Oh man, no.
I would not suggest that if you're a newbie. Honestly, no.
Yeah.
It's gonna wreck your brain, believe me.
I've had good luck. ThinkPads, I've had good luck with Peppermint, Ubuntu, as long as you have at least 4 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
Peppermint, Linux Mint, PC Linux OS, but I don't think that's for beginners.
Hey, Derek's here.
But the Ubuntu based should be okay. Try Ubuntu Mate. Yeah.
Yeah, Mate is a good beginner's GUI. I would not recommend XFCE. It is a nice GUI, but it's too many options. And KDE, KDE is
It's
a heck
confusing.
of a lot of options.
It looks
it's
pretty.
confusing. And
There's a
GNOME-
lot, but there's too
GNOME
many.
Is,
Yeah.
And Derek will tell you, GNOME is heavy, and it's not very customizable. So yeah,
You can try GNOME.
GNOME
Just make
3,
sure you have at least 4
no.
gigs of RAM, CJ. Yeah. But
yeah.
so you're
And a
sticking with
high-
Windows
and a
10 now,
high-
CJ, or
Yes.
Okay.
Windows.
yeah.
do you
and
have
I will
concerns
tell
with
you-
all the data telemetry, or like you just don't care?
No, I don't like Windows anymore for several personal reasons, and so I think you can pretty much tell where I'm going with that. Like, I'm wanting something else. I know iOS. I'm a Mac fan. I've been in entertainment business. I've worked on Macs a lot. I want something that's efficient, and something I can even personalize. So I'm done with Windows. I mean, not yet. I mean, I
Right.
still have Windows computers, but I'm going to ease into Linux for sure.
Yeah, don't get rid of Windows. Try installing a Linux Mint or Ubuntu Mate on one of your machines, then go from there.
Right.
It's good that you have more than one machine just in
that's what I
case. So, hello, Derek.
Hey,
What's
and
up?
as far as leaving Windows behind, you can quit cold turkey. I did it. I just decided one day I'm done. And just
Yeah, but see what happened to Derek? He quit and lost all his hair from stress.
that's true. I had like a big afro when I quit, and then the next week.
Are you
How are you
leading?
there?
I'm
So,
sorry.
DT, what's new?
Not much. Nothing.
Okay.
I just,
No.
I saw you streaming. I got the notification actually on my
Yeah.
phone. I actually didn't get it on my desktop. I was
I
like,
do
oh,
have some. I do have some phones. What phone do you have, DT?
I have an Android phone. I have the LG VZ20.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a very good phone.
Really?
Before that, I had one of the Samsungs.
Yeah,
and those were fantastic.
Could be worse.
I still have a Samsung Galaxy 4.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
a nice phone.
Yeah, I had the 5, and
Yeah,
the 5
I'm
lasted
on
me
it.
for.
Okay.
I had the Samsung Galaxy 5 for 5 years before it finally just completely crapped out on me.
That's not bad for 5 years,
Yeah.
though.
It was a fantastic phone. This LG, I hate it.
It could be worse. It could be me. I could be on an iPhone, and I'm on iPhone for life. So that means I get to upgrade every year. But I'm not going
Correct.
to do that because I would be stupid.
CJ, what do you use for a phone?
ZTE, ZMAX. It's been almost 4 years now, and it's the best phone I've ever had.
Yeah, those have fairly large screens, right? Normally, or some of them.
Yeah, it's like a 5.5 inch.
Okay. Well, I have an update on my wonderful Nexus 6P, pure Android, can be pure Linux.
What happened?
Well, I had it on today. After doing system updates and everything, it was locked into a bootloader lock
Loop.
cycle.
Yeah.
It said Google black screen,
Oh, I haven't
Google
done
black
that
screen. It just
What did you
it
do
just-
about it, Toss?
Well, I like normal geeks. I plugged it into my computer. Do this, do that. Went to the phone, or wipe the cache, reset. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. To make a long story short, I did some research, and apparently, a batch of those phones from Hui or Huawei or Wagyu, whatever their name is, Huawei. Okay, I
Yeah.
think it's Huawei. Apparently, a batch of those phones were sent out without fully testing. So those who upgraded from Android 6 to 7 or 8, it bricked the phone
Oh shoot!
into a bootloader loop. You know when you turn on the phone, it'll say Google, and then it has a nice, colorful wheels, and bam, you're into your system. Well, today it just went into a cycle of booting, and I finally went to Google support. They were very nice. Try this, try that, bada bing, bada boom. They said, well, since I didn't buy it off of them, bought it online refurbished, I'd have to contact Huawei. Since I don't know anybody at Huawei, I'm sending the phone back tomorrow because I bought it with the 30-day money-back guarantee. Very disappointed because I was starting to get used to a pure Android feel, I mean, it was
snap,
fast,
man.
zippy, big speakers, big phone, big battery. Hooked
no.
up to my Linux, bam! That was the only Android phone that hooked up like this. I'm like, but if I can't use it, then what's the point, right?
Right.
So I'm going to ship it out tomorrow. There's no charge for returning or anything, and I kind of half knew when I bought it because when you buy something refurbished or used, like especially electronics, you just don't know. You really don't.
Right.
Unfortunately,
I'm not buying anything used.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going back. I went back online. I bought I'm going to go back to Motorola. I've had once in the past. I had a Motorola. It was a solid. I bought a Motorola. It's the 6-inch Motorola E5 Supra or E5 Plus or something.
Yeah.
5,000 milliamp battery. It's a beast. I don't know if it's any good. I guess I'll find out when I get it Saturday. But
Toss, do you remember that LFS thing I was talking about?
yes.
Well, I got up to chapter 6. I got it to PSMSIC or whatever. and I made a boo-boo, and I tried to fix it, and then what has happened? I break the whole install, and I was like, oh, God. So now I have to start all the heck over again.
Well, Linux LFS is Linux from sanity or insanity.
Ben, you're doing this LFS install in VirtualBox?
No, it was on a separate SSD alongside Ubuntu.
No. I was going to say, yeah.
Linux
And I didn't do it in a VM. No, I should have, but the problem was VirtualBox doesn't have GIST editions for LFS because it doesn't have a package manager. They do support.
If you're doing it in
They do
VirtualBox,
have-
a good idea is to clone the machine when you get to a good stopping spot. That
Stopping
way-
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they only support VMware as virtual drivers go. Which is kind of sad. I mean, they do have VESA drivers, but that's not going to give you full resolution. That's the problem.
CJ, I don't know if I asked, have you dabbled with Linux at all or not yet?
I mean, not enough. Not enough
Okay.
to yeah.
Yeah, to know things. It's okay.
That's too much Linux talk on Microsoft Monday, though.
It's
Yeah,
I'm going to get to the Microsoft news in this. I had to mention my Nexus Linux phone because it crapped out. And I was
I mean, I run
disappointed.
Linux all day, every day. I'm here because I'm Windows curious.
Okay, well, I'll get to that in a second.
Well-
Steve Gunnick says, flash. No, I could not flash the
Speaking
phone
of
because I couldn't
games,
get in the system to unlock the bootloader.
I put something in the Hangout chat,
Okay.
Carmen, for you to look at. It's a SWTOR update. They're having a new a patch called Jedi Under Siege, where the Imperial and the Republic classes will have entire different storylines.
Okay.
So yeah, that might be a.
Toss does not strike me as a Star Wars game kind of guy. Now, Star Trek, if you had a Star Trek game for him, Toss would be all over it.
When my boy
Well, there
was a
is
little
Star-
boy, I would play Star Wars with him. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was a cool game back then.
Yeah.
I used to play that
And
with
actually,
him, but not anymore.
TJ Wolf and I tried that out today. It's
Yeah.
on Steam.
Yeah. So,
That one was fun. But
good
this
evening,
one
Steve's
is like,
very own.
right, and this game is like 40 gigs to download.
40 gigs. Jeez. Well,
Yeah, and it does run under Wine, but good luck doing that.
hello,
and-
Paul. How are you, Spin
and-
Viking? Just make sure we catch up here in the chat. I'm not missing anybody.
And here's the worst part, Toss.
Yeah.
It's 3 CDs to buy from GameStop, and
Oh,
the initial game was like 25 gigs, and then you have to patch it all the way up to 40.
I have
And
some
it
gaming
takes-
news too. Yeah, but it's for Microsoft tonight.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just
Um,
a sim geek.
Yeah, CJ is going to be my Windows 10 shield because you guys are all Linux, so CJ is going to protect
Well,
you
actually,
guys.
I am on Windows right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, but you dual boot, right?
Well, I don't have any dual boot action going on right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right
All
now, I'm just Windows on this machine, but this HP over here does have Windows 10 and Ubuntu 16.04 on it.
both. Okay. All right.
Yes. And
Um,
I actually have to tap my F9 key to go into the boot menu to select either one. Because I did a Whoopi install, and
for,
Whoopi did not do that.
For CJ, I will be starting a new series just for you. It's the Windows User Guide to Linux, or Windows Newbie Guide.
Or Windows
You've
for
got to
Dummies.
be kidding.
It'll be for people like CJ starting from scratch, not Linux from scratch, but scratch. You know, as in brand new. I posted something last week about it, but officially I'll either start it this week or next week. The topics will be: what is Linux? What's a distro? What's a desktop environment? How do you dual boot? How do you create a USB stick? Which ones do you pick? Which is better? It'll be basic short videos, so you know you won't be looking at it and go. It would be nothing like that, you know.
Right. I wanted to start out dual booting. That was probably the best way to
That's the second best way. The first best way is with a separate machine which you have. So
Right.
that's the best way, because if you make a mistake, it's not on your main machine, right? So
Exactly.
okay, that's how I see it.
Yeah, it's worth having all them ThinkPads in case one of them goes down. You can use the other one.
On one on my older thing, but I have Linux Mint, only Linux Mint. It only has 2 gigs of RAM, so I'm not going to put a Windows 10 on it. But that has only Linux Mint.
Which ThinkPad is that? What?
That is the. It's not the one with the wide screen. It's the 4:3 ratio. I forget the model number.
Like the X201 or the X230.
You know what? If you give me a second, it's right here. Give me
Don't
1
worry
second.
about it. Don't worry
I'll
about
grab it. It's right here. It's right here.
Are we all going to show and tell our ThinkPads?
Yeah, really. Well, I show and tell my HP.
Anything to help a newbie.
I can't tell you my favorite one because I'm on it. It's the T440.
It's the one with the metal. I guess a lot of them had the metal hinges. You know.
Yeah, my dad's got a ThinkPad X1 Carbon upstairs.
T60.
This one, oh, okay, T60?
Yeah.
The Terminator 60. Blah. No, just kidding.
I'm feeling kind of left out. I don't have one.
Paul says, "Here's $2 to not talk about Windows stuff," but that would be clickbait.
That would kill the
Because
point of the show.
Yeah, that would be. Paul, I can't. That would be clickbait in a way.
Well, technically, you don't have to talk about Windows because you did title it Microsoft Monday, not Windows Wednesday. So,
Yeah.
Well, I will be talking more. It'll be Microsoft, not Windows Monday. So
Microsoft Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put Windows Monday instead of Windows Wednesday, it would sort of kill your theme.
Yeah. Okay, so I won't talk about Windows time, but I will talk about Microsoft, Paul.
There you go.
So I got to think like a lawyer, you know, technically speaking. Daniel Beeston, hello. Steve Zavarion, do you want to join me before we go into the Microsoft Monday and not Windows Monday? JP, who wants to tie your shoes? Ask your girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
So for those of you joining in late, I'm gonna have to ship back my Google Nexus 6P phone out tomorrow. It's locked in a bootloader loop, and it needs fixed and replaced, and bye. So, all right, let's get Steve Zurion, then we'll go into Microsoft Monday.
Yeah.
Now, if someone was to bribe me a little more not to talk about Microsoft, then I would consider it.
Yeah.
Right.
You have a price, huh?
Yeah, I have a price. Yeah.
Good one.
I will mention that we've got like 25 people watching the stream right now. Everybody needs to hit that thumbs up for Toss.
Please
Oh,
do.
snap.
Yeah.
Yes, if anybody bribes me to pay for my new Moto phone, then I will not talk about Microsoft. No. Any Tim F news? No, we have not heard yet from Tim F. Tim, I hope you're okay, buddy.
Yeah, get well soon, brother.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried. Yeah. Because he would always jump on and as a co-host or just watch. So Tim, if you're watching, buddy, I hope you're okay. I'm the best, Daniel. Thank you.
Yeah, Carmine, you've got a heck of a channel, man. I hope you don't go away anywhere.
I hope I haven't had this much fun really since I started doing the first podcast with IG and then Spatry. But I am having more fun now because we're talking not just Linux all the time, which is okay sometimes, you know. But like that free concert with Stephanie was awesome. You know,
that was kick ass, I tell you what.
It was. We talked about cyberbullying, how to prevent that. I'm having a blast. So
shut up late to that one.
Anyway, yeah. So
when you did Stephanie's concert, and I loved it. I thought this is great. This is a good channel. It's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that girl's got.
Well, you're a musician, so what'd you think, CJ?
I thought she was fantastic. All around fantastic. Very much entertainer. Yeah, if she came out west, I would jam with her.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know.
Good evening.
Hi, Steve. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Ben.
Meatball Man.
Hey, Derek. Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, yeah. Hi, CJ.
How you doing?
Oh, for those who don't know, I will soon be doing a video on MCOL and under the request of my friend Dr. 66, who's a good friend of mine, he asked me to do a video on how to install MCOL, the latest version, and I'm going to honor his request and make a video about it.
You know, MCOL sounds like a beer. I'll take a tall MCOL. It sounds like a beer, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Steve Gunn.
But yeah.
Yes, I am almost to 10,000 subs. Thank you all.
Oh God.
Let's see.
I don't even know which subscription number I was, but I know it was a heck of a long time ago.
Mr. Khalid is in the house. Welcome.
Yeah. But yeah, be sure to watch for that video. I might film it tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
But not Wednesday, because Wednesday I will be doing a live stream of the iPhone event.
Okay. Let me get to my schedule up on the channel before I forget. So Mondays, I'm going to try to do these every Monday, either Microsoft Monday or an open chat. The private chats, I'm going to try and do those like Saturday. So Ben and Steve, check your emails. Patreon supporters, check. Kind of like what DT did yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be Saturday. I'm going to try and do those Saturday. Maybe not every week, but maybe twice a month. So and then Sunday will be a toss-up, like a Life in Linux with, Switch to Linux, or me and Spatry doing something Sundays like before, or something else as far as Sundays. Fridays it will be the question mark for now, but that'll be Mondays, Saturdays, and Sundays mainly for sure.
I tell you, Toss, those shows with Spatry back in the day, those were funny, man.
They were.
Wow. You guys really hit it off at that point.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we had a little, it's Toss-Up, good name for a stream. See Terry in chat, Toss-Up, a good name for a stream.
Yeah.
Toss-Up. So,
Toss up the flowers.
Toss-Up. So this stream's a toss-up on topics?
There you go.
That might work for an open chat. Tonight's toss-up is spaghetti and meatballs. I don't know.
I was about to say, you've been streaming for a while, and we haven't even mentioned food, and there you go.
Well, somebody mentioned it before you came on. Somebody mentioned something. So yeah. You're welcome,
Now, you
Mr.
guys
Khalid.
are going to find this weird. My mom gave me a plate of KFC tonight, and it didn't taste right.
See?
It didn't taste
Speaking
right.
of food.
It resonated very badly in my mouth.
I thought being in Kentucky.
I thought he was going somewhere else with that.
I know.
I thought being in Kentucky would be like Philly's cheesesteak. You get it good there.
It was not good. I hate to say, it was awful. I guess
Let's get,
KFC had lost their touch.
Let's get into the Microsoft news, and then we
All right,
can
let's go ahead.
chill. All right. So I mentioned this the other day, but starting in 2020, only businesses, they will have to pay for Microsoft's Windows 10 security updates, from what I understand. There'll be a monthly fee. I don't know what the price is going to be based on enterprise. So businesses, if you want to keep Windows 7 security patches, you got to pay a monthly fee. So there you go.
Yeah, I saw it was Windows 7 Home, not Home, Professional. And the business. So if you have Professional, you'll get it too. And each year it's supposed to go up.
Okay. All right. So that's the big news for Windows. Now somebody said if you can use a Windows 7 key to upgrade to Windows 10 for free. Is that true? For home?
I think you still can. I know a couple people that have done it, and they hadn't been charged for it.
Okay. If that works, great. But Windows 10 is still nice. I mean, it's a little bit faster.
Wasn't it like a year and a half ago that they actually stopped allowing Windows 7 to upgrade?
They stopped and then they started, or I don't know if they allowed it again or people were still able to get it.
It may have been last December 31st or something. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
One of my ThinkPads, I purposefully left it at Windows 7. And I'm glad I did, because that one doesn't give me the problems that go into a long story. I left it that way.
Okay. No, if Windows 7 works, I just upgraded from Windows 7 to 10 more out of curiosity. If I had known all about the telemetry, I may not have done it. But that being said, it was free, and I did it. So. Anyway.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, it's a nice looking system. I mean, looking back at Windows, I mean, I really liked Windows 7, but moving on
it's
to
great
Windows
for
10,
gaming.
Nicer
Gaming's great on. Of course, it's always good on Windows, I suppose, for gaming. But no, it works. I just don't care for the update process. It takes too long. You know.
Well, supposedly in that version that's coming out, it's supposed to be a lot smoother and a lot quicker.
Okay. I did download something, and maybe I'll test. It's called It's a privacy app for Windows. Privacy something. There's so many privacy. I'm going to test that. Maybe next week I'll have a report on that. It's a free app. Privacy something. Privacy Destroyer. I know. I can't remember. But all right. Let's see what else I have here. Well, I don't know if we have any people in Arizona or Phoenix in Arizona, but Microsoft bought 277 acres in Arizona, just west of Phoenix.
Wow.
I guess they're going to be supporting cows and cactus. I don't know, but
I don't know. If they bought that much land, yeah, I mean that's. You would think they would maybe be building some kind of campus, but that's huge, 270 acres. I mean that's. I don't know.
I think they're building a Debian district. Maybe not.
They didn't say what it's for at all.
Let me see what it says here. 48 million. I don't know if that's good price for 277 acres. They bought it next to the belonged to a place in Goodyear. Oh, adjacent to the Phoenix Goodyear Airport. Any Phoenixers out there? Close to the Phoenix Goodyear Airport.
Wow.
Let's see here. Let's see if it says anything.
Maybe they're moving from Redmond. I mean,
they're saying here it may be a potential data center. They have so much data they've taken off of us. They got to build a new facility. See, that's speculation. I don't really know. But that's interesting.
What in Arizona was?
I don't know. I don't know if because the land is flat, maybe the price was right and they took the. I really don't know. It's close to an airport for for employees to shuttle in and out. Maybe.
Right.
Speculating.
The last time I looked, Microsoft as a company was valued at like $700 billion.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I mean that's chump change what they paid for that land.
Right.
So.
Right. Right. But that's
Satya Nadella probably had that in his wallet, you know.
I know. 88. How much was 44? Here, you got any change for 50 mil? Here you go. All right. What else do I have? Microsoft gamers. Speculation rumors. Halo 5 is coming to Windows PC. So people who swear that gaming on the PC is better than on an Xbox, Halo 5 may be coming to a PC near you. I think my Xbox is quite fine. I don't do heavy Windows gaming. Microsoft, that the Halo 5 came out in 2015. I believe this year the next Halo is coming out called Halo 6 Infinity or Halo Infinity. I don't know what the storyline is. It looks great. I mean, they all look great, really. But if you are a Xbox player and you love Microsoft, then you should take a look at Halo for Windows PC. I think there was one more thing here, but I must have shut down the tab. Hang on a second. Let's see. Oh, this here. Okay, there's let me go to reader mode. Okay, there's a patch. It says patch hitting older version of Windows 10 improves update reliability. Update versions 1507, 11, 1607, 1703, 1709. So if you were having trouble updating, I haven't. It just takes too long. But apparently there's a new patch hitting older versions of Windows to improve updates. Just make it faster. That's all that I care. Other than that, you know. And that's it for my Microsoft Monday news. I promised it wouldn't be too long. Let me go to anyway, my new phone will come in I think by Saturday. My Moto, well, what did I buy? Moto E5 Plus 6-inch 5,000 milliamp battery. So yeah, that Nexus 6P was very disappointing, but doesn't work. So All right, enough of Microsoft. So if we have any Microsoft Windows users out there, if you want to say hello for the first time, please do. That's what the stream is for. Don't be shy.
Any Microsoft employees out there that want to jump on?
Yeah. If you have any other news about that land being bought, if you have any... Well, wait, I don't want to get you in trouble, so maybe don't say nothing. Just email me in private. Linux Mint 19.1 will arrive in November or December. They're calling it Tessa. Okay. I have Linux Mint 19. Which one do I have? No, I have Linux Mint 18 Cinnamon in one of my other ThinkPads, and I figure it's working fine. So you know what? It's one of those things. It's already an LTS, so if I don't need to upgrade a Linux distro, I generally don't.
Yeah, I put Mint 19, the Cinnamon edition, on my ThinkPad.
Okay, what'd you think of it?
I mean, Cinnamon's not my kind of desktop, you know that. But as far as a distro, it's very clean, very polished. Everything just works. You got to respect distros like Linux Mint and Ubuntu and Elementary. I mean, as a product, as a finished product, it's nice not to have to fight with things.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
Steve, why are you laughing?
Well, it's a complete change of pace when you deal with things like Arch and Gentoo all the time.
Yes,
and then you install something like that, and you're like, wow, I don't have to do anything. It's like...
So you just twiddle your thumbs going, okay, well, something
like
please
you install
break.
it and as is.
Can something break here? Come on, man. Break. Oh, something broke. Yay.
Oh, I could break it. Don't worry
well, yeah, but so you want something that breaks automatically, especially live, That was quite a thing you did that one night. It just froze on you, right?
Yeah, and you know what? That was many months ago.
Yeah.
And I really owe it to Run with a Dolphin to actually do antics on a live stream again the right way, because I broke it on camera. I pointed it to Debian's unstable repos, which is not what you should do.
That's true.
And then I ran an update, a 1200 package update.
Holy crap, 1200?
Yeah, that's why it broke. I mean,
and it was funny because you just kept right on talking like, no, this is quite normal for me. In fact, all you stable guys, there's something wrong with you.
And I think that was back before I even knew who Run with the Dolphin was, that he was one of the developers for Antics. He's in the chat. He's screaming at me, don't do it, when I'm about to do the updates and everything.
Well, it would not have been fun without that unstable stream.
Yeah, it was interesting. I still lived in that distro for a week after that, even after I had that. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Nah, once something is that,
I fixed it.
Next. Okay, yeah. It was like my Android phone today. Nah, I'm done. It's going back.
It wasn't like it was a kernel panic or anything. So.
I think we talked about this. Linux Mint Debian 3 Cinnamon. Oh, aren't they clever? Cinnamon, Cindy. Anyway, that's out, so... I think I messed with Debian Edition once. There were one too many bugs in that, if I recall. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I actually haven't checked out the Linux Mint Debian Edition in years. So, it's been a long time since they actually came out with a new version, this latest version that they just came out with. That was a long time in the making.
Let's see. Let me go back to the chat before I forget anybody. If you're doing chicken takeout, Popeyes is miles better than KFC. Okay. Right. When I lived in Florida, I tried Popeyes. It was Terry Love says, "Does KFC count as food?" Well, there goes my sponsorship with KFC.
Yeah.
Oh God, Thomas.
Oh man,
the Colonel will not be doing your next live stream.
Yeah, really. Why can you put up with their crap? Oh, with Windows 10 crap, Mark? Well, I got to keep it as a backup. I am on Ubuntu Mate, yes. Windows 10 is my backup. See, before it was the opposite, but now Ubuntu Mate is solid enough where Windows 10 is my backup.
Yeah. So. And I'm kind of fortunate. I mentioned that I was just able to cut Windows out of my life, cold turkey. Just one day, I've had enough.
Yeah.
And a lot of people always ask me about that. It's like, hey, how could you do that? I know you have a job at your work. I know they use Windows, right? And no, I don't work with computers. But I understand a lot of people have situations where
I do sometimes. I got we have Windows 7, which is I don't use it a lot, but no.
So I'm in a little bit of a unique position, I guess, compared to some that have to stick with it. You have to use Microsoft Office because your work requires it, and things like that.
Yeah, in my retail environment, on our computers we have to use Windows 7.
Yeah,
and it's very restricted because it's locked down very much.
Okay. Yeah. Terry says, was it Microsoft that built a data center in the far north because it's cold to save on cooling costs? I don't know. Is that technically possible?
Not a bad thought.
I mean, he has a point. Big server farms, I mean, they're very expensive as far as
they do generate heat,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I guess that's true. It's possible. Sorry, Terry, not Mark, but I don't know.
But there are places closer to Silicon Valley that they could have done, desert. I don't know. I mean, that's probably not a bad thought, though.
Yeah, so if they're going to build one of those in Arizona where it's hot, it'd be counterintuitive. I don't know.
Yeah,
Isn't there some big one in Greenland or something like that? Not Microsoft owned that.
I don't know.
I mean, where does Google and Facebook have all their server farms? I mean, they've got to have them all over the world for what they do, as much data as they collect.
So is gaming actually dead on the Windows OS? Frostbite, what are you drinking tonight, man? No. No, Halo 5 might be ported to Windows PC. There's a rumor. Not that I'm going to buy it, but, oh, Daniel, you dual boot. How was the dual booting experience? Any problems? I just saw that. Awesome. And Linux Mint 19? Well, Linux Mint should be... I'm assuming Linux Mint 19. You wrote Linux 19. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Make sure you back up before you install anything. I mean, you should be backing up anyway, obviously. I should start my streams. Welcome to the show. Have you backed up your thing today, your computer today?
Yeah. And I'm trying to do that on like my live streams every now and then. Remind people to back up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know I need it.
Very important, Derek.
Yeah.
I don't say it often enough. I should say that the first thing I should, because you never know.
Yeah.
So, some people think about it when it's too late. So.
Yeah, when you do that series toss on newbie Linux users, tell them to back up their crap or else they're going to be in a world of hurt.
I know, yeah. Dan Simmons says Linux is supposed to hurt, right? And my shoulder's so sore today from that Android Linux phone, I was... Anyway.
That makes me
thanks, Huawei, Google. They built the phone out for the... What's the matter with you? Huawei? Wawa, whatever your name is. Anyway. I'm still bummed out on that phone. Just as I was getting used to that Nexus 6P. It's big, it's got, it's fast and big screen, two speakers.
I hate to tell you, man, those guys have a really crappy name for a phone company.
Huawei, it's definitely not Italian. Hey, I need the Huawei phone. No, then you'll never hear that from an Italian. Yeah.
Oh, you won't.
No, you might hear. Hey, I want the iPhone. You might hear that.
Yeah, of course.
Andy Grubbs, you feel like Windows 10 gets a bad rap. I don't think it's really as bad. Technologically speaking, Adam, it's wonderful. It works. It's the telemetry thing that they should have been more upfront. They should not have forced people to upgrade from 7 or 8 to 10. It wasn't the technology, it's the politics, Adam. But they deserve that rap. Now, as far as how it looks and how it feels and all, I mean, it works. So I can't give that a rap. But the other part of it,
Charlie in the chat is asking us, what's everyone's take on Fedora as a daily driver and a gaming system? Fedora is a fine distro if you like GNOME. As far as gaming, I've never gamed on Fedora, but I know Ryan Dosky.
I've tried it.
He's been doing a lot of gaming on Fedora. He's installed Fedora on his machine, and it runs great according to him. So Fedora is fine for gaming.
Happy birthday, Omega Beast.
I would say if you want a good gaming distro, happy birthday. But yeah, if you want a good gaming distro, I recommend maybe one of the Ubuntu's or something like that, because I tried Fedora. Bad experience.
I think once or twice. It takes a little bit getting used to. It's not for newbies, in my opinion. No.
Of course not. No. It requires, in my experience, Fedora requires more user intervention.
Charlie has an observation. This is why brand name systems and brand name laptops should come bundled with a 32 gig stick for lazies, normies that refuse to buy media to back up. Not a bad idea when you think about it. Again, people, not everybody, but people tend to back up after the fact, like their cell phone. If it breaks, oh, I forgot to back up. Well, if it's physically broken, you can't get into it. Now, sometimes if you take it to a facility where they fix phones, that they might be able to, you know, get into the hard drive of it and then, you know, extract your photos. But I wouldn't bet on it, you know. But see, that phone I bought was GSM, and I don't have a backup GSM phone. But speaking of backups, you should always have a backup cell phone. And I got this little throwback to Star Trek. That's my track phone. It was like $25. So this is my backup phone.
Track phone.
Yeah. Is it track phone? Yeah, it's a track phone. I got like 2,000 minutes. I never use it, but it's my backup phone for waiting for the day that Huawei would mess up my day, and they did. Anyway,
they totally killed Toss's spirit.
Oh man, you know, I woke up today. I'm checking my messages, YouTuber and stuff, and then, oh, let me restart it. Let me restart it. Yeah, I give up. It's going back tomorrow. Do you think 32 gigabyte is sufficient for backup, Jonathan C? I would imagine for people who have not a lot of videos, but mainly photos and music, I would say yes. That's a big maybe. If you do a lot of videos, probably not. I have multiple backups. I have 3 external hard drives and a bunch of USB sticks. I mean, if all you have is one external storage stick, no, that is not enough. Now, if you have multiple ones, in case you lose one or one breaks or the dog chews it, you know.
32 gigs is fine for probably most people. Yeah. The exception, if you got any kind of videos at all, no. Also, music. I have over 100 gigs of music on one of my drives.
Wow.
Now that's a lot. That's extreme, but I know there's other people that have told me they have that much or more.
Yeah, I got about 45, and I got on my main system. I take a lot of pictures, so I have a lot of photos backed up.
Emily Carlson. Hi, Emily.
Yep. How you doing, Emily?
Hello. Emily, what do you use? Welcome to the stream. I think you are new to the stream, I think. Everybody, we have a custom here.
Hi,
anybody new, say hello. If you would like to join, you're more than welcome to.
Well, she posted earlier about...
I'm sorry. Did I missed it?
She flirted with Linux, but she thought it was too much tweaking to do.
Which Linux, Emily? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
You didn't.
Yeah. Randy says every Italian needs a burner phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep one in the pink caddy in the trunk just in case, you know. Daniel has 3 1 terabyte drives and tons of old 1 gigabyte US. Yeah, that'll work. If you have 3 1 terabyte drives, that should be enough. If it's not,
that's
enough. A lot of space.
3 terabytes. If you need more.
Yeah, let me put. I mean, if you want to join, this is my email. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to hang out with us.
You don't have to use Linux to join. If you just want to join, it's fine.
Of course not.
Or maybe you have questions about Linux. Pizza loving nerd. Yeah. Well, let's invite pizza loving nerd. Why not?
He should join us. Yeah.
Are you still using Linux? If not, you can't come. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be funny.
Pizza posted the other day about how he's temporarily using Windows because of school. Kind of forced to.
Okay, well that's fair. That's fair. Pizza, hang on. I got your email from last time.
I mean, yeah, who's to say any of us are using Linux? I mean, I could have been trolling you guys from the beginning. I could be on Windows right now.
Well, Derek, I always knew Derek was an in-closet Windows user. I knew it. I couldn't prove it, so there you go.
Finally coming out of the can. Anyway. Yeah, Derek, I'm not going to lie. I'm on Windows 10 right now, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
You know, I was going to say that everything looks better on your end, Ben, compared to the last time you were on.
That's not because I'm on Windows. It's because my dad bought a Wi-Fi extender and put it in.
Yeah, better network connection, huh?
So the Windows users in the chat, are you all satisfied so far? I know Pizza, you have it. Emily, I mean, has it been okay so far for you guys and girls? Hi, bud. Like I said, I use it knowing full well what it does. I don't care for the update process. Obviously, the telemetry isn't cool, but the update process does take too long. Hi, Pizza. How are you?
Hello, Pizza.
Good.
How are you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm doing well. How are you?
So which Linux are you using now, Pizza?
I have Ubuntu 18.04 on my laptop, and I'm running Windows 10 on this computer.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, if you're used to GNOME, I had it installed for about a month. Ubuntu, it's solid. It's stable.
I'm not really a fan.
Yeah.
Not really a fan of GNOME, but I just decided to give it another shot.
I'm not really a fan of it either, Carmine. But it's a pretty. It's not a bad GUI. It's just. It takes so much.
It takes getting used to. It takes getting. Yeah, well, you got to do the extensions to make it customizable. Now, Emily says she tried Ubuntu 18.04 and it ran really good. Biggest issue was multiple displays, which I don't do. With scaling,
I use 2 displays, and GNOME just isn't good for that.
Yeah, it depends on the desktop environment. Really, a lot of times more than the distro.
So but Ubuntu is usually decent with multiple displays, right?
Yeah, they work for that stuff. Yeah.
Emily, did you get used to the interface of GNOME or GNOME versus say?
GNOME has a decent. With Ubuntu's variant, at least, because they use their own customized GNOME interface, they have a decent variant of GNOME because they're using their own customizations and stuff. But the problem there is that they don't. You know, it's just not very. I mean, it is user friendly, but it's. I don't know if I'd recommend it to a new user person.
Yeah, and Ubuntu is really setting themselves up for failure at some point because they do make GNOME a little more user friendly by having some extensions and by doing things like they're using an older Nautilus, right? They're not using the that way you can have icons on your desktop. That's how you get that with Ubuntu. But eventually, they're going to have to move on to the one of the newer versions of Nautilus. Is that going to break everyone's icons on the desktop? Going to make everybody.
That's what I'm worried about.
The only thing again with Ubuntu, I had to install too many extensions to make it more user friendly, not knowing if the extensions would even work. Emily, did you try installing extensions? Did it even work for you, or some didn't work, or broke or something? I didn't like there was too much unknowns there,
Right, and I tried the latest GNOME on my MacBook on Gen 2 just for a comparison cost, and what happened was all the extensions that I typically use on GNOME when I use it would not work.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was because I was using GNOME 3.24, which is what Gen 2 has in their repos, but I tried adding a third-party repo for the latest GNOME. Yeah. I couldn't even get it.
I will say, because you run a rolling release distro, Ben, Gen 2, I use Arch-based distros. It is painful sometimes if you run GNOME on those distros because as soon as, there's a new version out, they move on to it, all your extensions are broken.
Right, that's what's worried me. Yeah. And I just, that's why I don't run GNOME because once you get an update to GNOME, everything's broken.
Right.
Well, I had it for about a month. I played it safe. I didn't install too many extensions, just a couple, and it was stable. But I remember one time last year, I think I did a live Ubuntu GNOME, and I think to make it user-friendly for me, I think I had to install almost 10 extensions. That's too much, you know. Emily says you found it easy to use. Wow. Didn't try extensions? You just felt like things that are easy on Windows were really difficult on Ubuntu, had to Google. You mean like installation, fixing bugs? I bet, Emily, you had the most problem with multimedia stuff. If I had a bet.
That might have been the case.
I'm not a betting guy, but if I had a bet, I would bet you a Coke or a Pepsi. I bet it was multimedia. Emily, am I right?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what kind of multimedia stuff you're talking about. You're talking about like the apps installed. I mean, Rhythmbox on Ubuntu just blows away Windows Media Player.
Yeah. I don't even use Media Player because it's
Windows Media Player. I mean, obviously with Windows as a Linux, you have lots of choice. I mean, Media Player comes installed by default, but to be honest, I never had a problem with. I normally use VLC, or I downloaded something called Music B, like as in Buzzing Bee, B-E, Music B. But to be fair, Media Player, I mean, there's nothing that comes out, oh, look how pretty that is, but does it work? Yeah, but I generally use other ones.
I used, what was it, got up to 11, is that it? Or, it's been a while, but that was my main, you know, anytime I tried anything else, I would go back to it. Okay. The main thing I had to do, you know, so it didn't mess up my tags and that, was turn off it looking to the internet because it would change tags when I didn't want it to. Yeah, and it works seamlessly with adding music to my Android phones.
What?
Charlie, I use SM Player, yes. SM Player is good. VLC, SM Player.
SM Player is not bad if, for, you know, kind of a front end to M Player.
Yeah, Charlie. SM Player. Pizza, what's up with your mic? It stopped working. Oh, no.
Yeah. Unplug
it and plug it back in.
Make sure it's not muted. Also check Pulse Audio volume control. Make sure.
Well, he's in Windows now, right? Pizza.
Oh, never mind.
Not.
I don't know what to check in Windows.
Are you in Windows, Pizza? I lost track. Try rebooting. Yeah, try that. Okay, Pizza. Yeah,
I would say I typically use Spotify and VLC. Those are the only two players that I use typically. Okay. Either that or Clementine and VLC. It really varies.
I like Clementine. It's not extremely pretty, but it also does.
What do I have? Clementine, I think I have that too. Let me see what I have here. Clementine, I actually have that. I remember one time, the first time I installed Clementine, I thought it was raining because I was hearing rain. I'm like, the sun's out. But Clementine has that built-in noise. I'm like, I felt like an idiot. It's
really nice. Yeah, they have that ambient noise.
Ambient. I was hearing rain, and I thought, gee, Toss, way to go.
But have you ever been in a quiet room and you thought, man, this is too quiet? You want something going on in the background? It's actually a pretty cool feature.
It is nice. Yeah, I use that. Well, one of those apps on my Amazon Alexa. I'll say, Alexa, play rainforest sounds or rainstorm, and you'll hear it. And then I'll say sleep timer 30 minutes. It's awesome. LXQT is nice, Mark. Okay. Anthony Marin, welcome. You're back after 2 months without internet. Oh my God, which psychologist did you go to? No, just kidding. 2 months?
2 months with no connection.
I'm 1 day without my phone. I'm like, I don't feel right. I don't feel right, you know.
Yeah. That's like living under a dang rock.
I know.
Daniel in the chat is asking about SM Player. Does it have Blu-ray support? I do not know. I don't know
either. I don't have any Blu-rays. Yeah, I don't.
No, it doesn't.
Emily says not so much multimedia. Use Spotify and that worked fine. He had an issue with the Brother printer. Gee, what a surprise. Yeah, I know about printers getting hooked up. 2 hours. Emily, for Linux, the best, I would say 2 of the best printers I've had good luck with in Linux in general is HP. Had to think HP and Epson. Those 2, not a problem, because if you go to their website, they have the drivers already there. There's no searching. Brother is tough. Canon is rough.
You're not going to get Canon to work for you for the most part. Lexmark, don't even try it.
I got those to work, but it took some Googling. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take real effort. More effort than most people are going to want to.
The first time I got a Brother multifunctional, and it took me a while to get used to installing it. And now now it's very easy to install.
Yeah.
HP printers are dead simple because cups, all those drivers are there. So
yeah.
Well, I download something off the HP Lip, HP something. I think that's the acronym. I forget what it stands for. But Emily, HP Emily and Epson, Lexmark, I was able to work Canon, but not for newbies. No.
Really, HP is a good company to buy any kind of hardware for Linux because they really support Linux.
Yes.
I've never had a device that was HP, of any kind, not work on Linux.
So. That was the only problem, Emily? Mainly printers? That's not bad when you think about it. Of course, if you have to use your printer every day, then I guess that is bad.
When I first switched to Linux, the one thing that bugged me was my printer. I couldn't get to work in Linux. Okay. It was a Canon, but I was so frustrated with Microsoft, and I wanted to just get away from Windows.
Yeah.
I went and bought me a compatible printer for Linux. So.
Well, I had a printer return label to return that Google Nexus 6P, and I printed it in Windows, but I thought, let me print up a backup copy. So I went back into Ubuntu Mate, and it wireless it printed right up. So yeah, like I said, HP Linux is a nice marriage. So Pizza,
well, guys,
your mic
have
broke.
to hop off.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
I got to get up.
Okay.
At 4 a.m., so I better get to bed.
All right.
Man.
All right. We'll see you, Ben. Tomorrow. All right. DJ, Steve, Toss.
Take it easy,
Derek.
Later, dude.
Take care.
Take care.
Okay.
Just us guys now.
Us guys and Emily in the chat. Printing can be a challenge in Windows. I have never ever had a problem printing in Windows ever. Outdated drivers, yes, but those you download for free. But in terms of once I install those drivers and maybe reboot 100% of the time, never, absolutely never.
Yeah, it was a process also installing the Brother driver on my wife's window laptop.
I think Kodak is tough too. I think, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But
what'd you do now, Ben?
Nothing. Well, I was asked to do a MCOL tutorial, as I'm sure you heard, Steve. But yeah, I had to start my LFS all over again because I got up to chapter 6, one of the later packages in it, and I broke it.
Daniel Kovacs, Shrivan Manjaro? Daniel, really?
Okay. Well, that's a shocker. He's on Manjaro.
I know. You don't seem like the type to tinker too much, Daniel. I don't know. Hello, Tuck Stop.
Hey, CJ, did I hear you say something earlier that you still use a Sony Walkman?
Yeah, I was joking. Everyone was talking about the media player. Everyone was talking about the media player they use, and I was just saying, I said I use a Sony Walkman cassette player.
TuckStop is mentioning TurboPrint. Yes, I have tried TurboPrint for Linux for printers. It has worked 100%. It's paid, but it does work when I tested it 100% of the time. So yes, as long as you're willing to pay, was it $30? Something like that. TurboPrint does work for those hard-to-use Linux printers. But if you're going to spend $30, I normally buy new printers for like $40. Just a simple one. So it's one of those, great show. Thanks, TuckStop. Welcome, TuckStop, to this Microsoft Monday.
Yeah.
Welcome.
But like I was telling you earlier, Toss, unfortunately that KOTOR game I was talking about, it just doesn't work well in newer versions of Windows, and I tried it on Steam with Linux. Crash and burn, so unfortunately I have to run XP if I want to run it.
CJ, what have you heard generally about, now that you're learning about Linux in general? Do people say it's just for geeks, it's too hard, or you just don't know?
No, I've actually heard the opposite. That I might be able. I mean, I'm not tech trained. I hear the opposite. That it's actually, and I can dig into it myself if I'm good at something like that. So that's what I keep hearing.
Okay.
My experience, like I say, I'm not afraid to jump into it. I think you guys are inspiring me. This week, sometime I'm probably going to make the time to actually do it on one of my ThinkPads. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed to say I have not tinkered with Linux at all. So, but I hear that it's easy. I mean, I'm self-taught on everything, so I'm not worried at all about that.
Nice. Cool. I was just curious. So you're willing to try anything, just about, right?
Yeah.
Just about.
Okay. Charlie says those $40 printers are a scam. The ink refill costs more than a printer. And yes, that's why once a year I buy printers and not. One time I had a collection of printers. My ink lasts me about a year because I print very seldom. So the little printer things that they give you, you're right. But when it's time for a new ink or new printer, and if the difference is like $5 or $10, I'll just buy the printer. But I gave away a whole stack of printers I threw away or something. It was ridiculous, but yeah. Charlie, you are right.
I just printed the UPS store. That's where I print now.
Mark, you can post the link. I just made you temporary moderator. Yes. Anthony Marin, you're 15, and if you can use Arch with i3, you probably can. I have no doubt I can learn Arch. I just don't feel like it. Yeah. You are welcome for me having you here. Sure. You do photography as a side business. Nice. So you need to have printer profiling and use Epson for small jobs. Turbo Print. Yeah, Turbo Print. How much is Turbo Print, Tux, if I may ask? Now, I've tested it. I think it's a 30-day free trial. It's awesome. There's no messing or searching like I think Emily said she had to search. It just you install it and bam, it's done. Right? So yeah.
I have a Linux question. So pretty much like anything else, you have to decide what your main use is for before you pick a version.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the thing is like Toss is always talking about using the live USBs and see what you feel good with, And each of these distros are just so different. Like I'm a big Peppermint guy. It was probably the second distribution I tried, and just something about it, I was turned off. I only been in Linux less than 4 years, but even then, like a lot of the looks of the distribution were kind of, very bland in that. And Peppermint was one of the first I ran across that at least did some kind of theming to it. And that.
Yeah.
But you find one that really fits with you because of the workflow and the way it looks and how you can change it. And, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah. Mark posted openprinting.com for comprehensive list of printers for Linux. Yeah, I believe I've tried that website a few years ago. It is a comprehensive list if it's the one I'm thinking of. Thank you, Mark. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if that would have helped out Emily, but anyway. Mm-hmm. But I am familiar with that. Yeah. Okay, Mark. Thank you. Turbo Print was €60. That seems kind of high, really? Or about the printer that you bought? I think Turbo Print's like $30. I could be wrong. Okay. Let's see. Emily, you haven't heard of Turbo Print. Yeah, check it out. I mean, if you really need to use that printer in Linux. The screen resolution issues. Okay. Stay for Windows. Okay. All right. If you have a secondary computer, Emily, check Linux Mint. Not the Debian edition too hard, but the XFC and Mate is fine. Cinnamon, if you have Cinnamon is a little bit more heavy, but if you have at least 4 gigs of RAM, you can try anything in the secondary, PC. But try Linux Mint or Ubuntu Mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Mint. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Mint.
Okay.
Mint is a good start.
Yeah. Hi, Zanars. Welcome. Lubuntu is very lightweight. It may be too lightweight for beginners.
Lubuntu is a good one.
It's really lightweight. It may be too light. That's why Linux Mint has just enough set of packages
to get people started. Yeah.
It should work out of the box. Yeah. Oh, when you download a Linux Mint file or an ISO, check the MD5 for corruption. And they if you don't know what that is, if you go to their site, it'll explain how to check a file for corruption. If it's corrupted, don't install it.
Yeah, if it's corrupted, just re-download it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to forget that. They install it, then the system goes haywire. There was a couple times I asked, did you check the MD5? And someone would say, what's that?
Yeah.
So
then you know that if they don't know how to check an MD5 file, that's a bad sign.
Well, if nobody told them, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I would. When I first started with Linux, I had to research that because I just it's one of those things that you just don't think of, till after the fact, So.
And then try to match up all the numbers, it's like,
it's yeah. In Linux, it's at least in Ubuntu, you just type in MD5 some space, copy and paste those, or the ISO file, drag it over, and then verify it on the website, Emily.
Yeah,
in Windows, download, search free MD5 or WinMD5 free. It's a free app, so yeah.
Peppermint, you do a right click and you can do a search MD5 right off the.
It's got a built-in I forget what it's called. Yeah. Stephanie uses DAW, for her Mac music, or music on Mac, Charlie, yeah. Daniel says they say that Manjaro is good for beginners. We'll see about that, he says. Okay. You let me know, Daniel.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. If you need a number of a good psychiatrist, I'm going to write this down. No, I'm just kidding. But
oh, man.
Did I drop my pen? Okay. Anyway, just check the costs, 30 and 60 euros, 30 and 60. Okay, for Turbo. I guess that's not too bad. For software that works in Linux, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I have to cut out here. My son's ready to be picked up from karate.
All right, buddy.
Thanks again for letting me on.
We'll catch you next time.
Catch you soon.
We'll see you soon, Steve.
See you, Ben.
Take care, yeah.
Good night.
Okay. I have not personally had experiences with Wi-Fi drivers in Linux, personally, but I know some people have, yes.
Wi-Fi drivers, that's a long story.
Broadcom, I think, is the worst, one of the worst Windows. I've never had a problem. Never.
Yes. Broadcom it can work, but it's picky. I mean, if you're on a Mac and try and do it, good luck.
Okay.
And if you install Linux on a Mac, do not do it on the 15-inch. Because both graphics cards are not going to work. It's just too much hassle.
Graphics drivers are a hit and miss. Oh, Zanaris says, what happened to my 6P? I did system updates, Zanaris, and it went into a boot loop. It basically bricked it. The system updates bricked it. It would reboot. You see the Google logo, and then it should have the little colorful wheels, and then boot into Android. It went booting and booting and booting. I tried everything today. I finally gave up. I got a 30-day warranty on it, so I'm going to send it back tomorrow for a refund. Beautiful phone. They just didn't fully test it when they shipped it out. So as long as you don't do system updates, you're probably going to be okay with the Nexus 6P. But the system updates, for whatever reason, destroyed it. And a beautiful phone, big screen, front-firing speakers, great camera. But anyway, I ordered a Motorola 5E Plus or something. Big phone, 6-inch, big battery. But that's what happened. Ruined my day. Thanks, Huawei, whatever the hell your name is. Oh, Dan, you played with Manjaro for 2 weeks in the VM. Okay.
That's the right way to go.
Okay.
You did it right there, Daniel.
I agree. Experiment with this first. Get used to it as much as you can. Then go from there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm starting FreeBSD on an older version in a VMware image, because I don't want to, break my system trying to play with it.
Zanara says the same problem with your 5X, the Samsung. You have to take apart and blow dry the memory chip. Why? Was it taking too many showers? Zenaris, you blow dry to fix the boot. That's a hardware issue. It's not a heating issue. I don't know. It's going back tomorrow. I'm gonna get a full refund and get the Moto. Moto phones are nice. Yeah. In fact, let me look it up. I'll post it in the chat. You guys can take a look. I'll stick around for a little bit longer. Daniel, do you want to join, or are you still messing with your psychological OS Manjaro?
Yeah, Daniel, you can come on at 20 if you want.
E5 Plus, I think it's called.
I'll wait till you get another joiner before I jump off, because I got to go for a run.
Okay. I'll post this in the chat. This is the phone I believe I bought. Yeah, big screen, big battery. I know nothing else about it. It'll be an experiment. Although I think Motorola generally makes good products. But this is what I have. That's what I bought. A couple $100, about $70 more, $60 more than the 6P, but it's brand new, so anyway. And I think Motorola gives you a 1-year oops warranty. Like if you drop it and break it or something, I think they'll cover that too. I thought I saw on their website. I could be wrong, but
yeah.
Yeah, I did on that. My data was already. I have most of my data on my my previous phone, HTC One Max, which is 5 years old. It's out, but most of my data was on that, and it's backed up Zenaris. I think I took one picture with my son Saturday, one or two that I forgot to back up, but it wasn't anything critical. But yeah, I do have backups Zenaris. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Although there are some ways, see, if I had, before I went bad, if I had gone to the system to like developer settings and click unlock bootloader for developer options, I believe I still could have hooked it up to my computer and extracted what I needed. But you need to do that before it locks or it goes into a boot loop. Anyway, just don't buy the Nexus 6P. That's all there is to it. And I think there's a class action lawsuit too. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of like what happened with the Note 7, remember?
Yeah.
The Note 7, it's kind of like that, where the Note 7 was blowing up.
I know.
The battery made it explode.
I know. Well, the new ones come with the free mini fire extinguisher. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Samsung. I'm just kidding.
That was...
kidding.
At least the S7 phones didn't have that problem.
Yeah. Yeah, again, that was due to insufficient testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I read. I think they learned their lesson.
They were trying too hard to compete with Apple. That's all there is to it.
Charlie says, do you really need internet on the phone? Well, I do, because of everything catching up with YouTube and emails and stuff. I do. It's just convenient to carry my phone versus my laptop or my tablet with me. So yes.
Yeah.
Ishna Sanchez. I hope I said that right. Ishna?
Welcome.
Isha. I'm sorry. Hi. Everybody say hello to Isha Sanchez. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Sanchez. I'm not even trying to pronounce that name. I'm sorry. It's out of my vocabulary.
Espanol? I don't know. Anyway, welcome. CJ, did you say that you have to go? Did I catch that?
Yeah, well, the sun is going down and I have to run.
That's fine. If you have to go, I'll catch you next time. Thank you for stopping by. That's up to you. If you want to stay, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Isha. Good to meet you.
Español. Muy bien. ¿Dónde? Spanish is. ¿Dónde está usted? I want to say, where do you live?
I don't even know how that's.
K-Linux quieres usted?
Yeah. Wow, Toss, you might win this girl over. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome, Isha. The Nexus 6P does not have expandable memory. It's sealed. Now the Moto does have, it's a sealed battery, but it has a micro card slot. But yes, I recommend buying phones that are not locked like Apple or some Androids. At least have a micro card to back up on the card. But if you use Google Drive, that'll work. But the micro card's a lot more handier, in my opinion, Charlie. But that phone was completely locked, but I only paid like $130. I didn't mind because the price was right. It's a beautiful phone. Well, it was a beautiful phone. Linux Tubers, hello. Isha, you're Utah? Ah. You're recommended by this channel by Horace. Yes, I know Horace. He does jump on. Well, welcome, Isha. How are you? Do you use Linux or just Microsoft or both?
Yeah, just out of curious.
A special night. We had 2 ladies come on tonight. Awesome.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. Isha, if you haven't checked the channel, check out Stephanie's free concert she did for us last month. I think it was August 3rd. It was a 3-hour chat concert. If you like pop folk music, she's very talented. So, let's see here. Emily said, hablo un poco de español, pero solamente un poco. Emily speaks just a little bit of Spanish. Got it. Me too.
I don't really know Spanish that well. I tried learning French in school, but that was a lost cause.
I think French is a beautiful language. S'il vous plaît, mademoiselle. You know.
Yeah, I tried to learn it, did not go very well.
He's trying to get you to switch to Linux. Okay.
And then in college, I tried to learn web design, and that was a major flop down the toilet.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys will have me back next time, I'm going to take it up now.
Absolutely, CJ. Thank you. Yeah.
We'll see you, TJ.
And I will update you on my Linux adventures next time.
Sounds good.
All right, CJ.
Definitely keep in touch, please. Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Omega Beast, he speaks Portuguese. Portuguese, very good.
There you go.
All loves Manjaro. Okay, must be a full moon tonight or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anthony, you speak French fluently. Sous les ciels de Paris. That's a song. Under the French sky, I think that's what I said. Yeah. Right? I think Sous les ciels de Paris. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Yeah.
That might be, yeah.
Yeah. Facebook just displayed an ad. Did you know that the Lenovo community is also available in Spanish? Not surprising, Charlie.
Oh, and for our French users, this next week, but not this week, but next week, our good friend Adrian, Linux Tricks, and Sergey are going to be having a Gentoo live stream that I'm going to be on the call with and helping out with. So, for those that are interested and our French users, please happen to drop in if you want.
Sure. Under the Sky of Paris, Anthony. Thank you. I knew I was close. Yeah. Sous les ciels. That's a song, a Vegas song or something. Omega, you're from Brazil. Oh. Firefox extension into Portuguese. Yes. Some of those extensions are pretty nifty. Yeah.
What?
So. Anyway, what time is it? 9:33. So I'll stick around for a few minutes longer. Then I'm gonna cry myself to sleep waiting for my new phone Saturday.
You're gonna have a hard week, Toss.
Well, I do have a little backup to take calls, my little Star Trek communicator track phone, you know. But I was really just getting used to the Nexus 6P, just falling in love, and man, it's
Toss. The only Star Trek type thing that I've seen is the movie that came out a couple years ago. I have never seen any of the show. Not once.
The show has its moments.
See, that's how devoted to Star Wars I am. I have only seen the Star Trek movie. That's it.
Isha says the chat moves fast. It depends how many people are chatting, but sometimes it does, Isha. Yeah. Present. Oh, yeah. My 6P present arms. Dan, I'm sorry, you guys come in late. Yeah. There was a. I didn't know, but there was a fundamental flaw with the chipset. When you did system updates, there was a batch of phones that were sent out, I guess not tested or whatever. Now I guess there's a class action lawsuit. But when you did the system updates, and if I had known, I wouldn't have done the updates. it locks your phone in the boot loop, which means it shuts off. You see the Google logo, it shuts off. You see the Google, it shuts off. It just goes in a continuous loop. And unless I had unlocked the bootloader from the settings before to flash it, there's no way to fix it. So it's going back tomorrow, just as I was getting used to it. So it took a dump. Yeah, thanks to Huawei or Huawei or Wawa, whatever the crap their name is. Thanks, Huawei.
Huawei, I'm sorry, but you guys don't really know.
Thanks, Omega. Like my shirt. Yeah, I got this at JCPenney's. So anyway, I ordered a Motorola 5E Plus, big one, 6-inch, big battery, front speaker, not dual speaker, but it's a big front speaker, so it should be okay. $200, about $60 more than the 6P, more than I wanted to spend, but it's brand new at least. So what are you gonna do? It just has to last me 2 years. I'll get another one. I was looking at the refurbished XPs, but they were closer to $500 still. Can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dingle. That's a lot of.
But yeah, it was working fine this morning. It went to that boot loop. I did some research, and if I had known before, I could have prepared myself. But I love the phone. It's a beautiful phone if you can find one that works. But at this point, I can't recommend you buy a Google Nexus. Now the Pixels, the one after that, are pretty solid. But
yeah, that's.
Anyway, it ruined my day, but I feel a little better now. Does Apple work with Linux, Isha? I don't know. Ask Ben.
If you're talking about a Mac, it can, but it's a little bit of work, but it can happen.
Okay.
Isha,
is there an easy way? She says, yeah.
Is an easy way. Isha, I tell you what. If you hit me up on Hangouts or email me, I can help you. I can also do a video, whichever's easier for you. I do have a MacBook, and if you want, I'll take you through the entire process of how to put Linux on a MacBook. Depending upon what Mac you have, it may be different.
Right.
Oh, you want to sync your iPhone? Okay.
That's hard. I've never had luck. Never had luck with my an
iPhone on Linux. I hate to say, Isha, that's kind of a lost cause.
Yeah.
That's not
don't
gonna
try.
happen.
Now that I know what you're trying to do, sorry.
You can sync it, but messages from a computer with Linux on it, get out of town. It ain't gonna work.
Keep your Windows 10.
Yeah, that
Android phones, you have better luck, obviously, because it's based on Linux.
Android phone would be Android phone on Linux. It's that's gonna work, but an iPhone.
If you really love your iPhone, got to stick with Apple. That's fine, but stick with Windows or your Mac or whatever. Yeah, don't even try Linux. Yeah,
you can. If it's an iPhone and Linux, don't even try. You're gonna be running yourself into a wall.
MX Run with the Dolphin did it. Tenaris, that I don't know. I've never had luck syncing my previous iPhone 3 or 4 and my iPad.
Yeah,
Mini.
I have an iPhone 8 and it'll show up, but it won't.
Right. You won't be able to. Yeah.
You won't be able to crap with it because it's Apple's that locked down.
Aisha, you're thinking about the Note 3, the Note 9 Pixel 3. If you want pure Linux or more pure Linux or pure Android, go with the Pixel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go with the Pixel.
Yeah, you're better
Notes
off.
are good. Samsung's good, but if you want more of a pure Android Linux and it's based off of Gen 2 Android, you want the Pixel. Trust me, when I had that 6P, it was pure Android, and until it crapped out, it was wonderful.
Yeah, as long as you're careful, you won't have any problems.
Now they make the 3 and the XL with the better sounding speakers. I don't know what the price difference is, but if you can't afford to go with the better sounding speakers, especially if you play a lot of music and videos, like a lot of these phones. I mean, this is an older phone, but they have like one speaker in the back, which is so stupid, Because when I had this this Galaxy 4, I keep it to play music. when I was playing music, I would always flip the speaker towards me. I kept doing that. Why can't they put the speaker in the front? Now the Motorola phone, it's in the front and the top, and the 6P had 2 speakers on the sides. But
yeah,
Emily, do not buy the 6P, the Google 6P. Yeah, if that's what you mean, you wrote T. It's a whole batch of them were made and they're bad.
Yeah. They were.
It's a beautiful phone if you get one. Now, if that being said, if you want to take a chance and you order one, make sure they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Unconditional. I mean, unconditional. Don't break the phone, you know. But it's a beautiful phone. The Nexus 6P. I had it for a week or so. It's wonderful, but they messed up. They didn't test it enough. So, I mean, if you want a big phone, the one I'm buying is fine. The Moto E5 5e Plus. If you want a bigger phone, it's not pure Android, but Motorola makes decent stuff. So, worried on the notch on the. Yeah, I know. Now they're making notches on the phones. I don't know what's up with that on the top. I don't know. You had a Note 8, but your mom wanted, so you gave it to her, went back to Apple. Oh, that's nice of you. Yeah, the Notes are fine. Samsung, I mean, my Galaxy 4 still works if I wanted to act. It still has a nice phone, a nice screen. I just use it mainly for off of Wi-Fi. I got a little OtterBox. Still a good phone. It's outdated, but it works. And nice part, I could change the battery on this if I wanted to. Oh, the OnePlus 6T. Got it. I don't know anything about that one. There's too many phones out there. Yeah, definitely stay away from the Nexus. I don't know the OnePlus 6T. I'm sorry, yeah. Or it says stay away from Motorola because Lenovo is awful. I'll find out. Daniel wants 1 terabyte of storage on your phone. You can get a 512 gigabyte phone this year or next year for about $1,200, I think, if that's what you're looking for. I don't know. The G4, you can change the battery. Okay. I can't on the one I'm getting. I can expand the memory and back up stuff with the batteries. But honestly, if it lasts 2 years on one battery, I can't complain really. Yeah, it's no big deal. All right, let's make this the 5-minute warning for comments. I think I'll wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for stopping by this evening. It was great to talk about Microsoft and Linux for this Microsoft Monday. If you haven't already, subscribe, share the video, the channel, and support the streams if you can. These live streams are possible with your support. Thank you. Check out the links below in the show notes.
All right, Toss. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit it.
All right. I'll give it a few more minutes here for the chat. Thank you, bud. I've never had a ZTE phone. The thinking behind the notch is they can cram more screen space. Okay. But the camera needs a space for the hardware. I don't know. My schedule, I usually try to come on Mondays, Isha, and I'll try to come on Saturdays and Sundays. I may do one this Friday night also on my time. I live in Ohio, so I'm Eastern time around 10 p.m. So I might be on then also. Make sure you click that notification bell. But yeah, I try to do Microsoft Mondays and then weekend stuff. I don't do too much during the week. Usually Mondays, then the weekend. So yeah, I'm trying to do a full regular schedule if I can get enough supporters. It's not easy. Meaning normally in the past when AdSense revenue worked and the channel was growing, it helped. But now AdSense revenue is almost nothing nowadays. It's not just me. That's why I have the PayPal and Patreon links below. So 6-inch display, Kyrie. Yeah, I don't think mine's got a USB-C, does it? The Moto 5e Plus, or maybe it does. I don't know. I think it's 6-inch. I don't know. I mean, like, it doesn't matter, but thank you, Tux. Stop. Thank you. Moto rocks. Okay. I hope it does. All right, Isha. Great. Have a good night, Jonathan. So, yeah, I mean, if I get the phone before Friday, I'll show it to you. If not, I might get it. I think it's here by Saturday. It's coming out of Florida, which isn't too far. It's like 1,000 miles away from here. So, I don't know. Thank you for subscribing, Isha. Yeah. All right. Anything else? Good night, Terry. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Isha. Okay. Yeah, Distro had to jump off, Omega. Yeah. Manjaro Monday. I won't be doing Manjaro, Daniel. No. Yeah. All right, Spin Viking, you have a good night too. All right, I want to thank everybody here. It was great having ladies on the chat for a different perspective. Awesome. Thank you, Isha. Thank you, Emily. And yeah, you guys, something comes up, you guys know how to reach me. Send me an email or whatever. So I'll catch you on the next one, probably the weekend sometime. So everybody have a good night and be safe. Okay. Bye bye.